Hi, sir.
Yeah, Beth, how are you?
Sir, I'm fine. Sir, as a assistant manager, describe yourself in 2 words.
All right. In two words,
Yes.
number driven.
Can you please explain this?
For example, if I'm given a target, ये number मेरे को achieve करना है, वो मेरे team से achieve करवाना है. That is number driven. Two words, number driven.
Sir, how much experience required for the AM role?
When it comes to experience, it is not about the role that you are currently handling या फिर आप previous जो handle करते थे. It is about the expectation of the company कि अगर मैं एक AM hire तो अगर मैं AM को hire कर रहा हूँ तो उसमें ये पूरा qualities है क्या. I mean, I was a senior team leader when I was working with Coforge, but Attractive hired me as an assistant manager. So it was not a lateral movement for me. It was a next level for me. So if the company requires, or if they think that this person is actually eligible for this role, it can be anything. It can be people management. It can be number oriented. It can be whatever the requirements are. अगर आप वो bracket में बैठते हो, if you're able to answer all their questions, if you're able to convince them with your answers, experience doesn't matter, but your thought and your work style matters a lot.
सर, असिस्टेंट मैनेजर के इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चंस क्या होते हैं?
To be very honest with you, I'm not supposed to leak the questions because there will be more aspirants who will be actually appearing for the interviews in the future. But yes, they will ask you random questions about real time situations. Jaise they'll give you a situation in front of you. This is what is happening in your team. How will you handle it? Or maybe this is what the scorecard what you have in front of you. How will you gauge? वो तुम्हें डेटा देंगे और तुम्हें वो डेटा एनालाइज करना है एंड यू नीड टू मेक अ प्रेजेंटेशन डेक और मे बी you need to make a PPT wherein they, post making a PPT they'll ask you a question. This is what okay, as per your PPT this is what your observation. Now they'll ask more questions about that. So that is how most of the companies do. They will give you a situation and they will give you some time to think about it, and you need to answer the questions. वो हो गया data wise. फिर real life situation as मैंने पहले बोला था, they will ask you some situation. तुम्हारी टीम में ऐसा हुआ, तुम क्या करोगे? How will you control attrition? How will you control shrinkage? How will you be able to manage client requirements? What are your KPIs? ये पूरा पूछा जाता है.
मैनेजमेंट जर्नी में सबसे डिफिकल्ट फेज कौन सा था आज तक का आपका?
Management were the most difficult. It was the most difficult situation when I actually joined Attractive. The reason being, the work culture at Attractive is completely different. When I say different, it is not in the sense of working, but the tools what they use, the applications what they use was completely new for me. I mean, I'm a master in Excel. I can do anything in Excel. But in Attractive, they used to use spreadsheets. सो जो हम लोग एक्सेल में जो फॉर्मूलाज लगाते थे इट्स नॉट द सेम व्हाट हैपेंस इन द स्प्रेडशीट. So that was one of the challenges. और हमारे daily reviews होता था. I'm supposed to present the data, and I don't know how to interpret or I don't know how to read I don't know how to calculate or make data on the spreadsheet. So मैं spreadsheet से raw data निकाल के Excel sheet बनाता था, and I used to give the answer. So that happened for initial 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks में so. उसके बाद I had no other choice but get used to spreadsheets, and then I mastered it. That was one of the toughest time what I went through.
ओके सर, असिस्टेंट मैनेजर का डे टू डे वर्क क्या होता है?
Assistant manager का day to day work क्या होता है? All right. If I say step by step, if your shift starts at around 5 o'clock, we log in at around 4:30, ensuring the mails are clear because there will be a number of emails that are sent by the higher management. Clear them one by one. If there are any task that needs to be done, add it to your to-do list. For all the aspirants, one thing, always make sure that you're preparing a to-do list because there are a tendency or there are possibilities that you may miss what you're supposed to do. इसलिए एक टू डू लिस्ट बनाओ कि आज मेरे को ये करना है और उसके आगे एक स्टेटस डाल दो कंप्लीटेड या फिर होल्ड या वॉट एवर इट इज सो दैट इट विल मेक योर लाइफ मच मोर इजियर. देन फॉलोइंग द मीटिंग्स में 100% प्रीवियस डे में जो अपना परफॉर्मेंस उसका डिस्कशन होता है. इट मे बी गुड, इट मे बी नॉट दैट ग्रेट. Prepare the answers for that. Ensure that you know what are the reasons for the downfall. And Post the meetings, you have your team logging in, ensure the team meetings are conducted. I mean, being an assistant manager, you won't be connecting with your agents on a daily basis. But yes, you can connect. You are connecting with your team leaders on a daily basis. So please set up your expectations with the team leaders. Ensure that they know what they're supposed to do on that particular day. Let it be a quality score. Let it be the productivity. Maybe the schedule adherence, whatever it is. वो सेटअप करना है. सेटअप करना काफी नहीं है. Follow up भी करना है. Follow up all the things. Maybe if at all, if it's required, if the numbers are haywire, mid shift review ले लो. It depends on the situations completely. And assistant manager का काम आसान नहीं होता है because there are some situations that the team leaders can't handle and that comes to an assistant manager. For example, एक बंदे को 30 days का leave चाहिए, which is against the policy. You need to think, you need to speak to your higher management, you need to speak to HR if that can be approved. The user or the agent is actually waiting for an approval and we can't give an approval directly. So there are challenges day in and day out. But yeah, number of things to learn. And AM role is actually the first step of a managership.
एज अ एएम स्ट्रेटेजी प्लानिंग का मीनिंग क्या होता है?
Okay, so when in strategic planning, okay, you are given a project. आपको एक टास्क दिया गया है. वो टास्क आपको एग्जीक्यूट करना है. So the first thing is you need to understand because when you are executing a task, आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि आप कितने यूजर्स डिप्लॉय करोगे, उस पर कितने एजेंट्स डिप्लॉय करोगे, वो कितने स्पीड पे काम करेंगे. एंड देन कम्स आप ये प्रोजेक्ट जो डिस्क्राइब प्रोजेक्ट है आप कितने दिन में खत्म करेंगे. आप 10 दिन 12 दिन बोल सकते हो बट दैट इज नॉट द क्लाइंट रिक्वायरमेंट. वो बोल सकते हैं कि मुझे 4 दिन में चाहिए ये प्रोजेक्ट. तो 4 दिन में मेरे पास एक्चुअली वो रिसोर्सेज है क्या. दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. अगर रिसोर्सेस नहीं है वो 4 दिन में खत्म करने के लिए, आई नीड टू ऐड मोर रिसोर्सेस. इफ आई कैन ऐड मोर टेन्योर रिसोर्सेस, वेल एंड गुड. इफ आई कांट, आई नीड टू गो ahead एंड स्पीक टू द क्लाइंट्स कि भाई मेरे पास ये रिसोर्स क्राइसिस है, आई विल नीड मोर टाइम. दैट इज वन थिंग. सेकेंडली, द फर्स्ट डे आई नीड टू सी कि भाई मेरा एरर रेट क्या है. आई मीन अ टास्क दिया हुआ है, वो मेरा कितने टाइम में खत्म हो रहा है, उसमें रीवर्क होने का चांसेस है क्या. बिकॉज वो रिवर्क देखना है मुझे. अगर रिवर्क हो गया तो ये 4 दिन का टाइम जो है इज गोइंग टू एक्सीड टू बी 5 days or 6 days. So the first thing is how many people I have, how much time I will take, and I need to calculate the rework time as well.
सर, एज अ एएम मोर डिफिकल्ट पार्ट इट्स अंडर द प्लानिंग और एग्जीक्यूशन.
Execution is more difficult.
व्हाई सर?
Planning is basically it's maths. It's Excel. Excel में डालो कि I want so and so numbers within so and so days with so and so people. The Excel will give me an answer. But execution is the problem. The reason being Excel मुझे बोलेगा मुझे 80 लोग चाहिए. But on that particular day जब मुझे मेरा काम करना है, there may be unwanted absenteeism. It can be any reason. It can be planned. It can be unplanned. Secondly, the Excel will only tell me that with these numbers, the task will be completed within so many days. But it is not telling me about the errors or the quality errors that is going to happen. So execution is more difficult than planning.
ओके. और सर, अगर प्लानिंग करेक्ट हो बट एग्जीक्यूशन फेल हो जाए तो उस सिचुएशन में आप क्या करोगे?
So again, whenever you're giving a target to any kind of to a client, कि मैं भाई ये जो आपका प्रोजेक्ट है मैं ABC दिन में सबमिट करूंगा. Never do that because that is only math, that's only calculation. Please ensure you're giving 1 or 2 days extra because there may be unforeseen situations. For example, people are working from many of the companies, they're still working from home. There can be load shedding, there can be power failure, there can be internet problems, number of things. So you need to consider all these things when you're actually giving a deadline. एक दो दिन extra रखो and make sure that you yourself are looking into it personally so that जो भी expected, जो भी unexpected errors है वो क्यों आ रहे हैं and how can that be eradicated.
आपने जो प्लानिंग की है वो एग्जीक्यूशन हो रहा है, ये चीज़ आप कैसे के मॉनिटर करते हो कि मतलब क्लाइंट को ऑन टाइम उसको डिलीवरीज मिलेगी या नहीं मिलेगी?
That's a very simple thing. जब भी आप कुछ प्लानिंग करते हो, you should have a hourly or a bi-hourly target कि भाई मेरे को हर घंटे में मेरे को इतना काम करके चाहिए and उसको क्वालिटी इतना चाहिए. So every 2 hours you're checking if you're going as per the expected rate, as you're going as per the expected numbers, well and good, you're on track. If at all you're going down, understand what the reason why you're going down and you may have to make immediate changes. For example, एक agent जो है uska errors maybe is around 80%, 90%. I don't think that person is actually fit for this project. Replace him. If I have a replacement for him, get a replacement. If I don't, the burden will be on the other people who are working. So continuous monitoring is most important over here.
और सर सपोज़ कि क्लाइंट ने एक इम्पॉसिबल डेडलाइन दे दी है आपको, मैनेजमेंट ने येस बोल दिया है और एग्जीक्यूशन की जो टीम है वो फ्रस्ट्रेटेड है। तो एज़ अ एएम आप क्या करोगे?
At the end of the day, what is important is the deadline that we have agreed upon with the clients. Certainly, there will be um, there will be some problems over there, and the agents are expected to be frustrated. उनका हक बनता है because daily उन लोग अगर 100 जॉब करते हैं, उनको अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ 200 जॉब कर रहा हूँ, जो 200 जॉब करना पड़ेगा. It is actually challenging, but yeah, that is why you should have a very good rapport with your team. So if you're actually friendly, if you're actually very free with your team, you should be able to convince them. The most important thing, maybe a banda 100 के जगह पे 200 jobs कर रहा है, maybe 250 in a day. Maybe he has to sit extra. मतलब 8 घंटे की जगह पे 10 घंटा 12 घंटा. Speak to the higher management if you can actually give him something like a extra day off, or maybe some extra pay, or maybe some vouchers which can make him happy. So that is one of the solutions, but that is, again, it depends on the company policies. It depends upon the management, how important this project is.
ओके। सर आप प्रायोरिटीज़ कैसे डिसाइड करते हो? क्लाइंट प्रेशर, टीम इश्यूज़ और मैनेजमेंट अपडेट भी देना है।
For me, the first thing or the first approach what I will take is going to be the manager update. जो भी managers ने सवाल मुझे पूछा है उनको real time update देना है. This is what is happening. The second thing is going to be the people, because I can't have a frustrated agent till the middle of the shift. He's going on making errors, or he's not working, or he's with all his grudges in his mind. The second thing will be speaking to the users, and actually the third thing will be the clients. If at all it's urgent, if at all I get an email from the client, just drop an email, just reply to the email stating that I'm looking into it. I'll get back to you. Give a timeline, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours from now. You can reply to the clients later. But the first thing is give the managers an update what's going on. Second thing is convince your agents.